Alright, hello again to anyone watching these Kaijudo videos. Today we are kicking off another match of the Kaijudo Open that I was hosting through the Rangers Dojo Discord group, and this time around I am joined by Andross, who's going to help me commentate a match that he played against StenceTB. So, how's it going, Andross? Nice to have you on once again for the first time this go around for this event. How you doing?
Well, I guess first and a half, since
True.
we did actually record a thing, and
Yeah,
then
that was rough.
it got ate by I guess some
Computer difficulties, we'll see.
burn bellies or something. I was trying to make the Kaijudo reference. I
Yeah,
was moving a
the
little
om
slow.
nom
Sorry.
noms.
Yes, that's the card. That's the
Yes, the
card.
one. All right, so yeah, these are the decks just for reference. You played light, dark, mid-range, just Agrix, testing out the three Vangs. You got the Keeper of Laws, all that stuff. Um, just like a pretty lean mid-range deck, capping off at 8 mana, not going up to any of the crazy bombs, just trying to be lower to the ground and a little bit better position or a little more consistent against aggro, I guess. And then on Stence's side or Alpha 5 side, I guess, we have the Water Dark Nature kind of control Kurugar deck. Yeah, I talked about this deck a bit in the preview video that I did, and then I'm sure I'll have Stents on at some point to cover one of his matches where you can go a little more in depth on it. But yeah, just basically a lot higher end stuff than your deck has. But I mean, yeah, like Absolute Darkness is going to be pretty good at like clearing a lot of your boards outside of Agrix. Squillis is going to be a really strong card to help him stabilize, turn the corner, and yeah, outside of that, he's just got some removal, shield blast, stuff like that. I don't know. I don't think you would want to go too much in depth on the matchup, but I think it's probably going to be close and somewhat dependent on like if you see your Keeper of Laws and your progressions, but
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
definitely Mez and Laws are key cards for me to get a set up in the right way in the early game and to prevent him from going super big, super crazy. Um, I
yeah,
think probably and being able to land some good ramp stuff and setting up one of his bosses, especially Squalache, is going to be the big key for him. So
yeah. If you
we'll
can
see how it
just
goes.
build up any kind of board, and then Squillis can be a little bit tough for you to like surmount there. Yeah. So I don't know. Was your general plan to just like go super aggro and get under him, or was it kind of just to like sit back, build up a board, and then I guess you kind of have to play with your kind of deck. I guess you're kind of at the mercy of the cards you draw, so it's going to be somewhat dependent on that, I guess. But did you have like a
Yeah, it's
general approach?
I definitely if I see laws, I want to be aggro early, because I feel like there's not much he can do to punish me there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and depending and the other is going to depend on what exactly I'm seeing. I mean, getting to turn 6 for sure is big for my deck, being able to drop a Fang or a Lyra.
Yeah.
Um, and then I haven't been playing this deck as aggro as I maybe I should be, but I've played two control matchups, so I've been playing a little more
Yeah.
passively, and I don't know, hasn't gone well so far, but it is what it is. We'll see how it goes the rest of the way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tricky when you take out like the water stuff and you don't have like fin bars compared to like something that's a little bit better at like playing multiple roles because you're definitely
Mhm.
like a lot more on the controlling axis compared to something like light water dark tempo. But
Yeah.
yeah, we can just hop into game one if you're ready to go. Um, so, yeah, I'll kick off the replay if you want to give that a go, and yeah, we'll start it off. So it looks like, okay, you won the die roll. Did you choose to
Yeah,
go?
I did.
Yeah, you chose
I
to go
did choose to go
first.
first.
Makes sense. So you've got,
I didn't want to be too behind on mana was my theory there.
yeah, that makes sense. You've got the mesmerize. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. There's like a lot of room to think about like going second and stuff in these matchups. Because like going second helps your deck hit 6 mana on curve more effect or more often, which can be nice because it just gives you that extra card. And when you have like the mesmerize, there's like the thought of like really being able to mitigate his game plan of like just take away his best card, leave him on really low resources, and then that can buy you time to like build up a board with the extra card, especially when you don't have like a Keeper of Law's hand. I could see like going that direction, but I don't know. In general, it's like just nice to go first and just if you choose to go first every time, you're probably gonna make a few less mistakes in terms of like whether you the right choice, I guess.
Yeah. I can see the merit of thinking that way, though. I probably should think that way at least some of the time, at least in this kind of a matchup, anyway.
Yeah, I think it's definitely worth it when you see you open Mesmerize to consider a little more heavily, but
Yeah. I
I don't
think
know.
here I'm deciding whether I'm going to play the Weaver or the Skull Cutter.
Yeah, I
Don't
think if
remember what I decided.
yeah, I think if anything, you probably want to play the Skull Cutter, but I don't know if I would.
And maybe I decided not to do that too. I don't remember what I did here.
Yeah, it's kind of
I'm taking my
interesting.
time though.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah, it could be. Hmm. I don't know if I would, cause like you're gonna be playing your mesmerizes, and like, yeah, it's just. I feel like if you play if you play the Skull Cutter here, you're just gonna be like passing for a lot of turns down the road. I think it's probably better and more likely to be something you want to just go in your mana zone at this point.
Yeah.
Especially because you don't really have much to back it up. Like, I can't imagine you're going to, like, mesmerize him and then attack for a shield. So, yeah, I just don't think. You might want it down the road to put into play, but you don't need it in play right now, is, like, probably the biggest reason why. Because you need to top deck, like, light card into laws to maybe even think about, like, wanting to attack in the next few turns. Hmm. So the mesmerize. Also interesting thought.
Yeah, I don't remember what I decide here.
I think
I'm looking at it now and thinking maybe I should hit went Goop Striker and then Mez again into Bronze Arm Tribe. I hit Dark Seed.
yeah,
Really?
Dark Side. Dude, Dark Seed was what I was like my
I guess that
first.
makes sense.
It's
It's
like the
probably the
most
single most high impact card he's got.
exactly, and but like you said, you could try to keep him off a creature by just like taking the goop and the Bronze Arm Tribe, which actually kind of makes sense.
So he just top decked
But
another
then,
group so
yeah,
that
that's like kind of the risk of that's kind of the risk of like going that direction. But I could see an argument to like hit the first goop, just because that card's kind of or it's not even that annoying because you just answer it with Vang, even though it gives them the mana. Yeah, you can just. That's tricky. Like I kind of like taking the Dark Seed just because it's like the highest impact, like the biggest jump in mana. But you had, yeah, I don't know, it's
I play
tricky.
the Screeching.
Pray this reaching. Yeah,
I mean, I can sort of see the logic of not playing the Mez, honestly.
yeah. I think it just really hurts when your deck just like doesn't have the card advantage. Hmm. Yeah, it makes sense. It just gets to build up a board.
Sure, I
Agrics, yeah.
probably would hit Memory. That's what I'm thinking now.
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, you have the Vang for next turn, which could potentially clear both his guys,
Yeah,
which is nice.
that's probably why I'm not terribly worried. And be pretty good. Ooh, Absolute Darkness is killer for him. But does he want to try to hold off till 6 mana or 9 mana or whatever? I don't know. He's in a position where he could put pressure on, but
Yeah, I don't think he needs to though. Like he has
yeah,
inevitability. He has like I don't know. Like he could like because he's got like if you answer the Goop Strikers, he can just drop the Gaia Dragon because it just puts him up in mana. So
Mhm.
it's kind of an interesting thought. Like he could definitely just do it, but it feels like it's just giving you a bunch of cards and like not really something he needs to do, especially because all it
Yeah.
takes, yeah, I don't know. It's just the fact that he has a guy dragging to back it up makes it like a decent conversation. But yeah, it seems kind of iffy. Get the clash though. That's nice. Let's get a kill the dude.
Oh, you're a little ahead of me. Sorry.
Oh, I fast forwarded because I was a little behind earlier.
Okay. Let me speed up a little bit myself.
But
Oh, he
yeah.
does play the goop, and he charges the darkness. Okay. And I play
Oh, there
the.
was a big disco. Okay, yeah. I just fast forwarded through like the big gap. Hmm. Interesting. The Guy Dragon does look really impressive here, though. Like if there's any matchup where you think that card's gonna be good, it's probably this one.
Yeah, yeah. It actually turned out pretty well, as I recall. Okay, where are you at? What's happening?
I
I'm
just
sorry.
I just saw him play the Guy Dragon.
Okay, I am way behind then.
Yeah, I
Okay.
just skipped ahead. I think there's
All
a
right.
lot of I think there was a lot of dead space because I believe you and Stents were probably on the audio and just
Yeah, we were
talking a bunch.
talking, so
Yeah, there are lots of
yeah.
talking. I
All
think it's the
right. So
same
I
in my
got
match.
yeah.
But yeah, I guess he's
Okay,
thinking.
so I got Gaia Dragon, and I guess he's deciding whether he wants to attack or not.
Yeah,
He does. Okay.
interesting.
That actually helps me, I think.
Yeah, yeah,
And he
it's
just
weird.
verbally told me what shield he wanted.
Not true. Yeah, it's
Oh.
interesting. I don't know.
You know what? I don't know if I like that in retrospect.
Yeah,
Then it doesn't do a
Terra
whole
Pit's
lot.
weird.
And now I can't play the Serpents because I didn't keep the Terror Pit as mana. And I dropped the Patrol. Okay. I guess that makes sense.
It's just weird. Yeah, this matchup's just weird because it's like really hard to tell when you're supposed to attack because like both your decks are kind of clunky and
Mhm.
but at the same time like I don't know. It's weird. It's just weird because I don't know what you're like really waiting for if you don't do anything. So I kind of like this attack, just like take the advantage to, or take the opportunity to clear this. But the Guy Dragon coming back down is kind of annoying because you don't really, you only have like one Lyra left, which would be like your best draw. Hmm. Yeah, it sucks. Interesting. Yeah, the Tivsters in Stence's deck also just don't look very good.
They look all right when you consistently win the clash, but yeah.
Yeah, I just like they don't feel that necessary though either. But I guess they're
Yeah,
a creature,
yeah.
so,
Water source.
so yeah, 9. It makes sense to just hold off replay. You get to play the double breaker. And yeah, I guess I don't. It makes sense that you don't want to attack here. Just I think like the best case is you just like draw another creature next turn, and then you just kind of send in with both, and like hope that he doesn't have the blast.
Yeah, that's probably what I was thinking.
And then
I
he,
as even though Serpents is nice and that I don't completely lose Vang for free, at the same time, I don't really want to lose Vang for free.
yeah, and I guess like he could just play everything. Just try to get the clash.
Yeah, I
Because if
guess
the
that I think that's yeah.
because if either Blue Morden or Gaia Dragon die over the turn cycle, like he gets the mana anyways. And like you might as well just play the tipster. Picks up another kind of, yeah, it's weird. Just resets.
Yeah.
So
I'd have kept that Storm Spark, but
I think
that's
this is
okay.
like I remember I think I watched this part and I think he decides to attack here, which I don't really like him doing.
The only advantage I don't know. Yeah, he just dropped me down to 0 cards.
Yeah,
I think there's merit to like leaving me on 0 cards right now.
yeah. Like the fact that he played the tipster, like it's a thing because his deck doesn't top deck super well, so it makes sense. Like he's setting up for like lethal. Obviously, you have the serpents, which makes like a lot of things like helps a lot of things protect you in the next couple turns, and you have the bone blades there to yeah just to pick off the either card.
I think the Warden's probably the more logical option there because the Vayne can guarantee clear the tipster.
Yeah,
I
if
think
you
for some reason I thought about it for a while though because
well, it's
I
because
just
you're
didn't
not
know all
sure
the
if you
reference
it's
for that.
because you're not sure if you want to attack him next turn, right?
Yeah, that's
So,
probably
but I
what it
think the
is.
fact that the second shield he broke his laws is really good because it gives you a good card to attack with, or it makes you what am I trying to say? It helps you want to attack, right? Because now you can just
Yeah.
like yeah clear the Bloom Ward and get out of the way, and then next turn you can drop the laws, and then you can go in for his last few shields, and the laws is like
Mhm.
pretty secure unless he can find Schoolless or Darkness, and like you're
Yeah.
in a decent spot to close the game out now. And if obviously if he has to use a shield blast like a Terror Pit to kill the Vang or something, like if you attack with Serpents first, then you get a shield, which means like it gives you some outs to not lose, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if I like that attack because they're just I don't know. On one hand, it like sets Stents up for lethal the next turn. If he, I don't know. It's kind of seems iffy. But like the fact that he gave you the laws makes it look a little worse because that's one of the better cards I think you could see in that spot. But yeah,
I think my logic here was attacking with Vang first guarantees I get the clear the tipster.
yeah that makes sense.
I get what you're saying about it being
No,
better
no,
against
yeah, because you
Terrapit.
don't need the shield. I was thinking because like you could just lose to like an artichoke, but I forgot for so in my head when I was saying that out loud, it was like already just a given that the tipster was off the board. But yeah, it's not the case. So like this makes a lot of sense. So yeah, there's
So it's been
nothing
opponents
wrong
played.
with that.
Oh, I'm glad I played the Skull Cutter then. Actually, that that gives me a draw. That's nice.
And a shield.
And a shield.
Yeah, yeah,
Holy cow! I lose this game? What in the world?
yeah. And the
I
Terror
guess
Pit's nice. Oh, there's a Squillis. Yeah,
that's what the problem is.
yeah. That card is nuts.
Do I attack here again? I think I should.
Yeah, I
Maybe I
would.
was a little worried about that because this was the tipster shield.
No, you want to break this, right?
Yeah,
Cause like
yeah.
yeah, cause then he only has like I mean yeah, you want to break that, I think. Just yeah, get out of the way. Cause if it's like yeah, it just gives you an extra draw if he has something. If it's like yeah, it just makes sense. But yeah, the Schoolless is like the best. Like he had, I think, I mean, the thing is like, if you found the second darkness, even that's like not amazing because it puts you up to like 5 shields and you get a draw. So you have like 2 cards and 5 shields to his like guy dragon, and that's actually like pretty decent. So like Schoolless was literally the best card that he could have had in those
Hmm.
few cards. But yeah, he just gets to break 2. I don't think you wanna. It seems like really bad idea to try to clear the board here, cause like yeah, and those
Oh,
cards
unless I draw a blocker, I literally lose next turn. So
yeah, or have Stormspark or Pit down.
yeah.
But yeah, blocker would be good too. But those cards are kind of Dang, that sucks. Storm Spark is the worst. Just the worst time to have that.
Yeah, if it was in the other, if you would have not broken that, then yeah, it would have been beautiful. But yeah.
Bone blades.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah, but now you only have, I think, where all your pits are gone. Yeah. Two in discard. Yeah, all your
Yeah,
pits. So
yeah.
you just have one Storm Spark left. So like a blocker would be really good off the top. I guess you
Yeah.
guys are just talking.
Yeah, I'm like thinking if I even have outs at this point. That's basically where I'm at with it.
Yeah. The last Grudge Weaver, Gloom Hollows, Lyra.
Yeah, there's only one Storm Spark. He doesn't know this, but there's only one Storm Spark.
Yeah.
Because I have one in Grave, I think already, right? Yeah. And then the blockers. Yeah, I haven't. I've only seen one Grudge Reaver, so I got one more Grudge Reaver and two Gloom Hollow.
Let's see what you got. I would. But yeah, the Squillis was well timed there. And it rewarded him for attacking with the Gaia, which I don't know. It felt like he got punished for the attack somewhat because, like, I mean, the Bone Blades, the laws were pretty good. Maybe the attack's like good on average, but it felt kind of iffy to me just because you're. But I don't know. It's kind of hard to say because, like, I guess I don't have enough experience. Like, maybe he just feels like in those positions his deck's like not is a little too clunky. It's like not really reliable that he can even stabilize. Even if he top decks like a Kurgar, like he was on 8 mana, so like he's a little bit far away from taking over the game. Oh man.
Another card that could totally clear something at the end of the deck.
Yeah, it's rough. That is rough. So yeah, now you're just at the mercy of the shield, which really feels bad. Yeah, this is like the I guess we can. Do you want to fast forward through the end here? Because it seems like there's some.
Yeah, I don't. There's nothing else I can. Wait, did I?
What's up?
Oh, my replay just ends without flipping over the shield. Did I look at it? Oh, maybe I just skipped all the way in on mine. What was
Ooh,
the shield? I don't remember.
let me see. We'll see. We'll see. We're on the slow death, the really slow burn.
Spoiler, I lose the game.
He does.
So
He
it's
does.
not Storm Spark.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Just for your curiosity. Ah, the Vang.
Ah,
Just another Vang. Yeah, that was rough.
oh.
The Squillis was, I mean, right there. I don't know. It's weird. That was a weird game. I don't know if I would have attacked in his spot, but it worked out for him.
Yeah, man, I was annoyed after that game that basically that Squilly. I guess that Absolute Darkness would have been somewhat of an out, although not really. I mean,
Yeah, like
it
I
would have just
said.
restabilized the game. It would have put the game back to neutral, but it wouldn't have guaranteed anything.
Yeah, I
But yeah,
mean,
the
yeah, you're
Squilly
at.
basically was a gimme at that point.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
mean,
like
yeah,
so frustrating.
you'd be at 5 shields, 2 cards in hand, and he'd be like, I guess he would have had like a mesmerize in hand or something, and then no shields. So yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that was rough.
yeah, and I would have had yeah, and I would have still had Serpents. Serpents would have survived the thing. So
Well, he would have
yeah.
cleared it with
Oh, it was tapped. Yeah, you're right.
yeah,
Yeah.
but he's like forced to clear it, so he can't poke shields or anything. But yeah,
Yeah.
so I guess we'll go into game 2. So definitely got
Hmm.
rocked in the first one.
Yep.
So I will start off.
Let me know when you're starting. Yeah. Okay.
Sure, I'll just start now. Charge the spark makes sense. You have the laws. You got the nice Gloom Hollow is kind of nice against his deck too, because you can like pressure through a Goop Striker if you need to.
Yeah. Plus, it like just protects the laws too to having the creature out on board before you drop it. So it
Exactly.
gets you can't like Bones Bladed or whatever
Exactly.
to clear it right away. I don't know if he's in running Bones
Yeah,
Blades,
I
but
forget. I don't think he is.
I think you're right.
I think. Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe. No, maybe. Maybe he does. I forget. To be honest, I forget. So you draw. Yeah, his hand's kind of. I mean, his hand's fine. Like he's got
Brown
the.
into Bronze Arm Tribe isn't too bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Definitely strong. Not really much he's playing towards at the moment, but his hand has a lot of time to shape up.
Hmm.
But yeah, I guess I imagine like you're just going for. I don't know if I would have. I might have. I might have held the bone blades over the Agrics.
Yeah, that's probably a fair point, honestly.
I guess with Vang, it's not
I
the
guess
biggest
it's one of
deal.
those things where I just don't fear too many of his early game creatures in this matchup.
Yeah,
But
but it's like it can just like I mean the problem is it's like trading down on
it's
cards, but you're gonna be down on cards
yeah,
anyways. In the like you're
yeah,
going second, you're probably gonna be attacking him with those creatures, right? So it's just like a way to push like a Bloom Warden or a Goop Striker out of the way that's
sure,
like holding off both attacks.
sure.
Which,
No, that's probably right.
but yeah,
Charging the
oh, you pick,
Igris is probably right there. Yeah.
but
And
charge,
probably charge the Igris next round, honestly.
yeah. But I don't know. You're probably gonna the way it's shaping up though. You might have to just charge the Bone Blades anyways at some point. They're probably all gonna end up in the mana zone, like you were just saying. But yeah, as long as he doesn't top deck Mesmerize, you're in a good spot here. Which looks like he sprouted the Mesmerize last turn, which was nice.
He does run Bone Blades, as it turns out.
Yeah, yeah. I forgot if he did or not, but yeah, he definitely does. Well, I mean that's good. He's got all his colors unlocked.
Oh, he didn't unlock. Or no, okay, you're a little ahead of me, I guess. He plays the Bronze Arm
So
Tribe and unlocks water. Guess I should fast forward a little bit.
yeah, I'm just like barely ahead. I guess now you're deciding like, is this the time to go in? Which I mean, it makes sense to me. Like maybe you could wait for the Vang to come down or something, but
I think it makes sense to attack, yeah.
I don't
Looking
know.
at it now. I don't remember what I did, but
I guess like the only issue is like you don't have much of follow up. So like worst case is like he. I mean, if he has like
Artichoke is probably the scariest thing here, but like
yeah,
I just saw one charge, so less likely there's one in shields, I guess.
yeah. I mean, like the way he kind of would get out of this is like if he has like two blast or like one blast, like if he just hit like a Grip of Despair or something like that, and then he can untap Bone Blades, like that would be really bad because then you have no board. But I mean, you get two cards out of the deal, but still like the best you might be able to do is like follow up with a Spire Puppet, and then but like the pressure's kind of off him at that point, so that would be kind of bad. Like maybe you wait to build up your board a little bit more beforehand, but at the same time, like it makes sense to just like if you don't hit a blast there, you're in a really good spot. So, but yeah,
For him, I guess you do the tipster and then see what you get. You got it. And then go either see what card you pull or play the Grudge Weaver if nothing else. Oh, Blue Morton's probably a little better.
hmm.
Being able to set one of the blasts down is pretty good.
Yeah,
That's the Bone Blade.
Bone Blades makes sense, I guess. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just guarantee kill stuff. So yeah, I probably charge. Hmm, it's interesting. I might just charge the Serpents, just so that
That's
you.
probably right, because I do have a. It's not like stupid high, but it is
Yeah, if you top deck a multi
a
next
little bit
turn.
high. Yeah, and I haven't seen any other ones yet, so pretty good odds there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
okay.
just avoids it.
I really want to play that Agrix, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I probably would have. Yeah, kept like.
It should have gotten charged earlier. That's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, if I would have held that Bone Slays, I could have nuked the Bloomboard and gone in for more shields. Oh well.
yeah, two shields that broken that turn for sure. Like that, he's
Yep.
top decking at 8 mana, which isn't like the worst thing. But I mean, I don't know. It's a bit aggressive, I guess, but
Yeah.
yeah, it would probably be reasonable. Just like break 2 shields that turn. The next turn you have the Vang coming down, and then yeah. Or even if you had just like held the second Vang so that you can have like a at least a couple like double breakers. Because yeah, Agrics just being pretty expensive. Like if your opponent's not attacking you, it's like actually really hard for your deck to kind of resolve Agrics.
Yeah, sure, sure. And that's a
Although
good reason
yeah,
to maybe not run three like you were talking about earlier before the video started.
yeah. But here, okay, I mean it's fine. You draw the Vang. I'd probably charge the Agrics here. Got 3 of those guys.
Yeah, double Vang seems pretty good.
The only thing is, if you win the clash, you have to kill the Grudge Weaver, which gets rid of the other Vang.
Oh, that's true. Well, I'd rather have Vang in the discard anyway, I guess,
Yeah,
because then I can pick it
exactly.
up with Greg.
Agrics later.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think if I would clear Goop and then try to win the clash because that's just really good.
yeah, just
Just
get the
clear.
Grudge Weaver out of the way anyways.
Yeah.
And
Where'd you go?
if you win the clash, you can attack with the
No,
Keeper
I
of
don't want the
Laws
clash.
and both. Yeah, because otherwise you'd be able to break a shield at the very least, or even potentially clear. But I mean, kind of good. I mean, maybe you're not even supposed to clash. I could see an argument because you have the Vang. The second Vang comes down next turn
Yeah,
anyways, so you can just like
and then
not.
I can,
You can do
yeah,
the
just
clash
wreck his
then.
board. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably better. um, because then you're just like guaranteed. You have 2 shots to clash everything away, and you get to kill the Bloom Warden for free.
Yeah. Well, that's not a great draw for him.
Yeah, he's only on 8 mana. Yeah, I think the clash was probably a mistake. Because his creatures are kind of not doing anything if you're not going to attack anyways. There's no pressure to remove them.
Yeah. They'll probably all be gone next turn, statistically speaking.
Ooh. So, yeah, you just charge it because you're going to get that discarded most likely. And, yeah.
Ooh. Well, that's actually interesting. I think I'm just seeing the Vang play here.
Yeah.
So
Hmm. Ooh, the Squillis. At least you get that out of the way.
yes.
The
Yeah, that
card.
would have been the perfect turn for him to draw too.
Yeah.
Ironically, I imagine I targeted the Bloom Warden, so
Yeah, I presume
uh,
you guys are talking about the targets in the chat.
yeah.
But yeah, no, yeah, I would now you can just target it again and kill it.
Hmm.
I guess
And maybe,
you could target the Grudge Weaver there just to get it off the table cuz either way, if you win the clash, everything dies and that gives him 1 less mana.
well, I won the clash though, so
Yeah, okay, yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, you could, yeah, it's whatever. Cuz then the Bloom Warden's in play next turn and then that's kind of annoying. But yeah, break everything. Break the Tipster Shield.
yes, I think that is right.
Makes sense. Bone Blades. Ooh, the Agrics, though, that's a nice one.
Timed out pretty well actually. I
That's
think
when, yeah, that's when you want it to
I
show up.
yes, yes.
That kind of makes sense, yeah. No attack. Absolute Darkness would have been really good for him there.
Yes.
But you have the refill at the very least, so you would be able to play through it, and it makes sense to... I mean, I could see an argument for poking. It gives him one more look at Darkness through, like, especially through Crystal Memory, but the more spells he plays, the more cards you have, and you can just, like, untap, play Agrics, and then... I mean, breaking a memory so he can... Yeah, but Squillis isn't even good here. But yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he doesn't have any inevitability on Squillage, so yeah.
But yeah, if you poke the one shield, then if he does have the darkness, then you can just like replay Agrics and Laws, and then you're looking at one shield with the Keeper of Laws, which I guess like you don't have a 2-drop to buy back, which so it's not the biggest deal, but it means like if even if he answers the agrics, like any creature plus laws, but you probably can just rely on the double breaker getting through. So that makes sense to me. Ooh. Grudge Weaver's just not doing it against the Vangs.
Mm-mm. No.
No. And that's kind of like the disynergy with his deck, because like he's got all the cheap stuff he played is just in his.
Yeah, his Goops and his Bloom Wardens are in the mana instead of in the
But I guess
discard
he's,
pile.
yeah. I mean he's still got Bronze Arm Tribe though, but he goes for the Tivster instead. Makes sense, I guess.
Well, if it really helps all that much, but because he doesn't have a blast in hand to. But I guess I don't know that.
No.
So
Yeah. I mean the only thing that I think gets him out of this now is he needs like Artichoke plus Terrapit, I believe.
yeah, yeah, something like that.
Which not quite gonna do it. Agrics can just come down here. I
Yeah, might
mean,
as well.
yeah, I mean you could try to, I don't see why, but you could try to get fancy and like clear his board with a Storm Spark, but it doesn't seem like there's much reason to do that. We might as well just do this and then, yeah, I mean the odds are so low that because he has what, like one Artichoke left. Yeah, he needs the last one. Otherwise he's dead. But yeah, this game at least
Imagine
shows,
this is me. Imagine
oh,
this is me talking through my outs, what we just basically said.
yeah. Yeah, I mean this shows the power of keeper laws though. You just sit with it in play for most of the game and then draw a couple extra cards, which helps you like land your double breakers and your agrics, and then yeah, you just get the game pretty clean.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of
Uh,
how you want it to go.
yeah. Just need to figure out a way to glue laws to my opening hand every game, and I'll be great.
Exactly. So yeah,
There's no stick one in the sleeve option here on the tabletop simulator sort of thing, you know?
yeah, yeah. So okay, yeah. So I'm good to go on game three. I will.
I am as well.
Okay, I'll start off. I guess you chose to go first again.
Well, I mean, I think Stint's had me go
Oh
first.
yeah, what am I saying? Yeah, he just got clapped up. Yeah. So yeah, he chose to go.
Second, yeah,
Interesting.
which is a little weird because he has Cephalia. I think that might actually be one of those situations maybe you want to consider going
First.
first, but
Yeah, that makes
yeah,
sense. I mean, yeah, with this Ophelia, that
wow,
makes a lot of sense. Just get himself
yeah,
down on cards, rebuild.
Cephalia Sprout, yeah, that'd be not bad. But
Yeah, interesting. Like I get that he wants like we kind of touched on a bit earlier. Both of you guys are pretty hungry for extra cards.
mhm.
So yeah. But yeah, I think that you make a good point. Like if he has this Ophelia to get those extra cards anyways. Granted, like you're probably gonna play your hand out somewhat, and you have like Mesmerize to get rid of it. So maybe he just like doesn't want to risk it, right? Like you could just lose that
Mhm.
card to a discard, and then hmm. So you draw. Play the Gloom. Yeah, makes sense to me. Yeah, just building up your board slightly. And
Oh, grudge into Cephalia.
yeah, you could do that with double. You're insulated a bit. Like if you discard and snipe one, you have both. Charging the Darkness, like that's a card you want to hold on to, so you could like play it really slow where you just keep the power cards in your hand. but you could also just do this, which makes sense to me if you're going for the refill.
Oh well, then I. Oh well, no. The only issue with that is, uh,
But like yeah, if he loses his water mana, it is like he needs to top deck. Yeah, it's kind of iffy. I don't know. That's a weird turn.
oh yeah, as it turns out, that maybe didn't work out about the same way. But
Yeah. Yeah, that's a weird one. I don't know. The Grudge Weavers kind of suck, but they're also fine here to have in play for sure, so it's not the worst. Yeah. But here he whiffs on
true.
the... Yeah, it doesn't have the water mana, so it's just pretty awkward for him. And now it's like, I guess he probably charges. Yeah, he charges the Cephalia.
That puts him in a really bad spot. Actually, I guess next turn he can drop the Ramnoth and be start to get some free advantage in a minute.
Yeah. But like the Vang, I could see, because you're facing down double Grudge, I could see charging the Lyra, just playing the Gloom. Because
He
next
probably
turn,
should have.
you're gonna just charge the Lyra anyways next turn. I mean, it kind of depends, like, if you want to risk top decking a multi-civ or not, basically. So this, like, insulates you from top decking the multi-civ, but otherwise, you're kind of just losing a card for free, right? Assuming you're trying
Yeah,
to kill both grudges. Now that he's played the Ramnoth, maybe you play it more passively. I could see just charge Lyra, Vang, target the Ramnoth, and then just pass. And then next turn try to Storm Spark to clear everything. Yeah, I would probably do that. Just play the Vang
I don't
here.
think that's what I did at all, but that totally makes way more sense than what happened. I think for some reason I played Lyra out of all this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess the thought process is probably just like I don't want to trigger those Grudge Weavers, so I'm just gonna Lyra. I mean, yeah, but no, it makes more sense to just play it a little more passively. I guess you could. No, wait, you don't need to hold Storm Spark though, right? You can just charge Storm Spark, play Vang. Next turn, you can play the Lyra, target the Ramnoth. Yeah, that makes sense. Play the Vang. If you play the Vang here, it's yeah. So you do it. I just wouldn't target the Grudge Weaver. I would just target, or no, you just no effect. Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
that's what you do. It makes sense.
yeah,
The Storm Spark is like guaranteed to clear everything, I guess. Because now it's like if you miss a Clash 50-50, you don't get to clear the Ramnoth, but then you have at least a couple turns to try to do it, but that's a couple turns that he's getting the effect, so...
yeah. No, keeping the Storm Start made a lot more sense.
But I don't know. I would probably... no, I think this is better, though. I would probably risk... I would risk it. Yeah, I would
Ooh, that's a
definitely...
good top deck.
Because you just want the extra card in play. Like, the extra double breaker matters a lot, so I would definitely just go for the hitting the 50-50 next turn. Even if he gets like an extra mana out of it if you miss. So that makes sense to me. But the Helix, yeah.
I think he actually thought of your. I think in conversation, I think he thought about picking cards up.
Yeah, because if he picks up just one, then he's at 6 mana, and next turn he goes up to like 8 mana. But it seems kind of weird. Because if he's like just thinking, it makes sense kind of from the perspective of like, if you're just going to be sitting with this Ramnoth in play for the foreseeable future. But yeah, I just like charging up because it just gives him so many draws. Ooh, Trox. Hmm. That makes it weird. Yeah, because now you can Trox. I don't know. I don't know. I guess you're just losing the Trox anyways.
Who's the Clash?
This is interesting.
I'm just
Yeah.
praying no terror here, I guess.
Yeah, that was a weird turn. I don't know what I might have just stuck to the Lyra thing and then just tried to clear board and then just have a pretty wide board, I feel.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I'm not in love with the decision making here these last couple turns in retrospect.
I think yeah, the Trox is just a weird draw. I could have seen just like yeah, going for the Lyra. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I could have seen just going for the Lyra there and then just try to clear the Ramnoth naturally. Hmm, that's weird.
So he's got a pit, I think, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is weird.
Oh, this was a funny turn. I think this turn he actually hard casts the artichoke, which seems so weird to both of us.
Yeah, it makes sense. He just gets it down.
I mean, well, he doesn't have any other plays, but you know. Uh,
Yeah, just drops it.
yeah.
You draw the Skull Cutter, which is, I guess, fine. I'd imagine you just
It's
send
a,
it in for the last shield and just see what's up.
yeah. I think that's the plan.
I guess. Does he even protect it? Probably. Probably not. Just take the draw.
Why
Just a
am I
weird spot.
hesitating here on attacking?
Hmm.
I think I should just straight up attack. I don't attack.
Yeah, it's weird. I think you just want to take the opportunity there.
Why didn't I attack?
I don't know. Yeah, that seems questionable. I feel like just like force it. I don't know. Maybe you're just like the fact that he played Artichoke. His hand is dead. I don't want to give him a card, but I don't know. I feel
Yeah, but I don't know. It clears either the shield or it clears. He's basically got two more attack stops between the Grudge Weaver and the Artichoke.
yeah.
So
You
seems
just want to
logical to clear one of those, you know?
exactly. And if you draw Agrics next turn, obviously it feels kind of bad.
Yeah.
'Cause then you don't get to hold it. So yeah, I don't know. On his side, I guess he's thinking like, do I want to play this Tendril or not? I mean, he could
It's
just
actually a removal card now. I think there's some merit to it, as opposed to it, literally doing nothing before.
yeah. I mean, if you had sent last turn, then he could just have used the Tendril Grasp. So it would have
That
been
is-
decent for him because he could have just like blocked and removed, and then I guess you end up in the same position, except yeah, it's like the same position you would have been in, except he's has one extra mana, so it's like didn't play out the worst. And yeah, Serpents. I feel like it has to
This
come
turn,
in here.
right?
I guess so. I don't know. Maybe are you like maybe thinking like you don't want to lose your thing to absolute darkness, so you just want to like hold it back?
I don't know what I was thinking because I don't even know if I was thinking about that card. What was I thinking about? I don't know. I'm probably thinking some weird thing about, oh, I don't want to lose value on Serpents by making it vulnerable without getting shields out of it. Who cares? Just win the stupid game.
Ooh, darkness. Wow, that's gross.
Really?
That's gross.
Wow.
Yikes! 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 That's lucky. Lucky guy. Lucky guy. Yeah, both games he just had the nice card in his shield, which is kind of rough. But I mean, you still got stuff to draw into, like Agrix off the top would be nice.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean, I hope anything basically is pretty good,
yeah,
and I will be getting another shield out of that. So
yeah, it makes sense for him to charge the Mez here, I think, because
yeah, I
there's,
don't know why he hasn't charged it yet. He had a couple
I mean,
opportunities
it,
and he's
it,
held
it
on to
made
it.
sense the last couple. Yeah, yeah, he does. I could see holding it while you're on lower mana, because if you top deck Agrix, then you want to be able to Mez that if you're just like sitting on a card. But the last couple turns, it made more sense to not. But yeah, now he's just in a pretty solid spot. Ooh, keeper's good though.
Yep.
You can at least drop it, and then if he has to attack with the artichoke, then that's kind of scary. Kurgar. Yeah, this is a really precarious spot for him, but he gets. I mean, the Kurgar is at least a way that as long as he dodges Terror Pit or whatever, like he's still or Vang. I guess you have another Vang or two if he can dodge those cards. Yikes. Puppet. Mez. Yuck.
Oh, all the discard.
Yeah, so
I think I
now.
gotta play Puppet just to get a body out, right?
Yeah. And.
I think I should clear the artichoke too. It feels a little icky, but
Um. I don't know if you should. I don't think so. I think just leave back the bodies.
yeah, because this way I threaten lethal without him drawing anything else. So
Yeah.
if I guess it's the same if I don't, but
Yeah, but like you can draw like a grip of despair or anything like to just get rid of the puppet, and like sure you get a draw from laws, but you don't want to be on an empty board here. So I think like the laws, it makes sense to leave it back because you also have like you still have a number of outs in your deck that can like answer the a tapped artichoke too.
yeah, and I've got 5 shields. I should have something there in theory.
Yeah, so I think it makes sense to not do so. Do
Oh,
so.
I did it.
Interesting. We'll see if that works out. Stance draws Sprout, so that gets him a Kurgar flip. Should definitely not cast it. Should definitely charge that.
He did cast it, even though he knew it was pointless to do so. Oh no, he charged it. All right.
Aggro, nice flip. Nice flip.
Holy cow. All right, well that puts me on a clock for sure now.
So he gets back the Grudge Weavers or Grudge Weaver. No wait, is that in his
Yeah,
mana
he's got to
zone?
get at least.
I forget what
He's
would.
got to. One of them is in the discard.
Yeah. Gets back something.
Wow, he's literally nothing else though. He could get Civilian, draw one. He could get Ramnoth, or he could get Grudge Weaver. Oh, that's like the worst artichoke Icarus
Yeah.
ever, but it's necessary.
Yeah, this is why like attacking was kind of bad because it also gives him the proc off Goop Striker.
Ooh, didn't think
Yeah.
about that.
Because otherwise, like he's forced to attack with the sumo to accomplish anything, and that gives you two draws, right?
Hmm.
Ooh, and he chooses to go. Nope. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Pass. So you have a number of draws for lethal here, I think. Keeper Vase number 2. Yeah. Yeah, I think attacking with the laws was not very good. Yeah, I'm a little more okay with that attack, but I still think it's probably not. Uh, yeah, I'm less sure about that one. Yikes, gross. Yeah, the memory top deck is really nice for him because then now he just gets to search the skill list.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. Yeah. Uh,
Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, it depends what your that shield was, but if he just like poked, yeah, if he hadn't traded the laws, or yeah, if he hadn't sent in the laws, then he's like one card less deep in his deck from the Kurgar, so like he would have drawn that Tivster, which means I don't know, different stuff happens, but he probably doesn't draw this memory this turn.
and if the shield he breaks is something that helps me, then yeah, maybe
Then
I
yeah,
win.
so I think that could have caused. I mean, it was super tight, right? And I mean, you still
Yeah.
have stuff if he just pokes a shield first and it's Storm Spark, but then you're in a spot where you kind of need like two Storm Sparks down and him to not break them at the same time. But yeah, I guess we'll see what those shields were. But that was yeah, yeah, that one play I think kind of cost. And then the other turn that was really crucial was like the Trox turn, which I'm not really sure. That's like a kind of tricky one because you can like attack, unleash, kill the grudges.
Yeah, I think there might have been a more like those two turns where I had the Laws or the Lyra, the Vang, and the Storm Spark, and I had to decide what to do with that. And then the next draw was the Trox. I think those two turns, whether with perfect knowledge or just maybe thinking it through a little more clearly,
I think you made the
I
right
think I
play I just don't know. Like I think what you did was like play the Vang, no effect, and then leave the Lyre in your hand. I think that was right. I just don't know. I'm not really sure with confidence on the Trox turn.
yeah, it might have been better just to go wider instead of going for Trox and
Yeah, I
guaranteeing
think
clear
so.
there.
Just like have more bodies in play. I mean, it leaves you
Yeah.
vulnerable to darkness, which he ended up drawing this game, right?
Yeah. Oh,
So
but it was like the last shield I broke, I think, was
yeah,
what the
so I mean,
difference
if you
was.
have a wide enough board, you might be able to just push through and like break it where he doesn't even get a chance to cast it, I guess. So I think I kind of like going for the wide board and just like trying to clear everything that turn with a Vang, but if you miss the 50-50, it's kind of weird, I guess. I don't know. I think I still like doing it though. But I guess you had the Terror Pit.
I did. I'm not dead this turn, but I don't think I can
Hmm. Yeah.
put enough blockers on the board in order to
But yeah, I
not
mean
die.
your shields were well, I guess you had Agrix, you have a Vang engrave, right? So yeah, if you had
Oh, I
forced
didn't
some.
even think about. Yeah, but I can only put one blocker on board. Is the problem,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he's got two attackers.
you can't escape lethal
Yeah.
here. But if you had, yeah, if you had forced him to poke with the artichoke, then you had, I think, what, five shields, and I think two of them were outs to the artichoke. So if you hadn't made that attack with the laws, you had like a 40% chance, or I guess, to, depending on what shield he targeted, we'll just assume they're all randomized.
Yeah. I could
You,
have. Yeah, I could have. And even if I would have gotten another dude, there would have been a scenario there where I could have played two dudes instead of one, and
yeah,
set up the lethal that way.
and then
Yeah.
yeah, the weird stuff like the sequencing, the draws would have played out different too. I think he might have like flipped the memory off of a Kurgar instead of like top decking it, depending on how you by not leaving the thing tapped. So maybe he makes yeah, I don't know. It felt like that was kind of the turn that might have cost you the most there. But yeah, here you just can't. Yeah, but I mean all three of those games, like the game one or what was it? Yeah. Am I
They were
misremembering
all
the
super,
games?
super tight,
Yeah.
and slightly different decision making could
Yeah,
have
what am I
probably turned
saying?
any of them around. Honestly, they were all that
Mhm.
close.
Yeah, like game 1 he found the I mean game 1 and 3 he found the Squillis at the right time, which was
Yeah,
what he needed
yeah.
to escape, which is fine. Like I mean he would have been
He
able
had
to
the out.
Yeah, I mean, if he bought like an extra turn there, your shields weren't good enough to save you from a super big board. So the Kurgar, at some point, he would have been against the wall to where he would have been forced to go for lethal, and he probably would have got there even without the Squillis. But he kind of dodged a number of like top deck scenarios where he was in a really precarious spot. So yeah, I mean that's why Squillis is really good though.
Uh, yeah.
Yeah, close.
I was a little annoyed about that series after the fact. I mean, the third game, not so much. So I felt like that was really back and forth, and it was
Hmm.
close, and it didn't feel like I got hosed. But that game one with the top deck or with the Squillace off the that last shield break or whatever, I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah, those were. It was a close match. I mean,
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was tight. I could totally see going different ways if playing it out at different times for sure.
yeah, definitely not too much to say to be honest. I mean, that's just there are some like really tough decisions. Hard to say what's correct. I think. Yeah, I don't know. That was just iffy. And the matchup's weird to
Yeah.
figure out. I have no idea. Like I still don't know who who is really favored or what. It's really dependent on some of the cards that show up and like when they show up. But yeah, I don't know. Did you have any thoughts on the deck that you wanted to talk about to close things out here, or do you want to just kind of cap it there and maybe we'll talk about your list and such in
Yeah,
the
I
future?
would like to talk about my list after these two games that I've already played. Lost both of them, and I have some thoughts on that. But I want to see how the rest of the games go because if the duck does better against some of the more aggro-y stuff in the field, which I haven't played any of those yet, then maybe I won't feel as bad about it.
Yep.
But I definitely would do some things differently now, but yeah, I've been happy with Vang. Vang has been great. It's just the rest of the deck's been had issues.
Yeah. I mean, it's like yeah, like we were talking before we just started recording. I think like it's on one hand, it's definitely not the best field to judge this kind of list because it is the kind of deck in like Kaijudo's kind of polar in the sense that like there's a lot of really good aggro stuff and there's a lot of really good like top end control stuff, and usually those are like the most popular things to do. And this kind of like really lean mid range deck is, I mean, you kind of have to guess right on the meta. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, this is like the first time people brought Haven to these like tournaments since I started playing in them,
Mhm.
which does not really bode well. And I mean, like,
Yeah.
yeah, like I felt like Stents was probably the control deck that you had the best chance against, and then obviously those games didn't quite play out in your favor as we just saw. Like, but they were really
Yeah.
close at the same time.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, I think so. At the time of recording, I guess you lost to myself and Stents, but you have 3 matches of the 5 remaining, I believe.
Yes, and I do have the two aggro matches still, so that definitely could help my win loss a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna have to pull do pretty good here to go 500 the rest of the way for sure. So
Yeah, we'll see. I think
yeah.
so far it's shaping up like where most people are going to be ending up in a similar range, except my brother, who's like kind of going on a tear at the moment. But
Yes,
we'll
I'll
see
try
how
to
he
stop
finishes.
him tomorrow. We're as of recording today, we're gonna play our game tomorrow. So
Sweet. So yeah,
hopefully that see what happens.
yeah, for sure. Hopefully we'll be able to get that one, and we'll ideally have you on for a few more matches and some other stuff down the road covering this event. But thanks as always for hopping on and sharing your thoughts and breaking down these games with me. And
It
yeah,
was fun.
for sure. So thanks to everyone watching as well, and we will see you in future videos. Bye.